these niggas got so much coverage of me, it's ridiculous. They gonna do an autobiography of me. That's why I ain't doing no more Black Watch until they show me some of the stuff that these niggas that got me eating breakfast, eating lunch, eating dinner, shooting goods, loading goods, unloading goods. I wish they'd show me some of this footage. But peace to Black Watch. Watch, I know what's going on. They got stuff nobody got.
Hey, you see, Pac had love for everybody. He had, all rappers, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was cool with Pac. They know Pac was about his people. He was about, doing what he had to do to stay famous and to stay on top. And a lot of people was just jealous, and the jealousy was everywhere. Pac knew it, but Pac knew he had to keep going to do what he got to do for his people. And when he got out on death row, it was on.
Is correct. Filed, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, with respect to this appeal. You both have.
They want to put me in jail for something I did a long time ago, and I can't really blame them because I was kind of a bad person before. But now I'm trying to do something with my life, and they won't let me. I can't do nothing in jail. They keep trying to shove me in jail. They talking about how overcrowded it is, but yet they still trying to shove me in there.
So you trying to be a positive? That's all. Everything's good. It's all good. It's all good.
That's all right.
So as you can see, Tupac was just trying to get on with his life and get past all the drama. And he had, people like David Kenner, watching his career. Suge had people around him that was trying to help him get back on his feet. But it was just a lot of treachery going on. And all the haters saw what was coming to Tupac. They know Tupac was going to be a movie star. He was going to be a rap star. And he was about to be a CEO of his own label, company, movie company, everything. They saw everything get played, and that's what they didn't want to see happen.
Only time you could really see any black performers live was on Soul Train, so that's why I support him.
What about John Cornelius?
He's the man.
Tupac had the charisma, he had everything going for him, and it's just the haters didn't want to see him become the man that he was going to become, because Tupac was destined to be a leader for the people, and he was destined to do major things, and that's what he was trying to do.
Hey, Tupac, what's up? A little disappointed in the Lakers tonight?
No, not at all. They played their best. It was a good game.
Yeah? Happy Magic's back?
Yeah, very happy, very happy.
Great.
And rest in peace to the homie Johnny J, because they knew we had so much Tupac footage. They didn't want to see that release, but Johnny J was the man.
Years ago, that was in 90, was it 1? Was it 92? My dates may be a little shaky because I don't, I'm not really good with dates. I'm just trying to do the music. But that's my walking Rolodex over there and calendar. But yeah, man, it went down in 92.
How did that come about?
That happened through my homie Big Syke. I was working on Big Syke's album, which was called Evil Mind, which was an underground album that he was doing at the time. And he's part of the group Thug Life. And he told me, he came to me and said, Jay, man, Pac want to meet you. Tupac want to hook up. I'm like, Tupac, are you serious? And, he was doing his Poetic Justice movie at the time. I think he was just completing it or whatever. And Syke was like, homie, heard the beats you did on my stuff. He want to get with you. Man, he shot me right to the studio. I had no car. Picked me up with my drum machine. Let's roll. And I went down there, and it worked. I was there.
So what was the first track you did with Pac?
Very first track. That had to have been, let me think. It was, you're right, Thug Life. It's a song titled Thug Life. That's on the album Thug Life, Volume 1. And then we ended up doing Pour Out a Little Liquor on that actual album, which went on Above the Rim. And that, I didn't expect that. I thought that was going to end up being on Poetic Justice, but it ended up on Above the Rim. Pac had just completed the movie Poetic Justice, so that's the way that went down. Which was, I think, was the right, combination anyway. I think it was best to be on Above the Rim.
It worked out a little.
Yeah, it worked out better. I mean, it was just meant to be.
What came after that?
After that was Me Against the World, Death Around the Corner. I hooked that up, because I did about, 11 tracks on Thug Life? Was it 9? 9 on Thug Life. We did 9 on Thug Life. But what ended up happening, we had them sample problems. That's what caused all that chaos. But after Me Against the World, we ended up dealing with All Eyes on Me. And that, that's where I got the 11 tracks on there. Did about, 15 at first on the album. And it broke down to 11, and then the leftovers went on to movie soundtracks and so on and so forth. We go back so far, and he called me, second, third day out of jail, like, man, I need you in the studio, man. I need you badly. Let's roll. I'm like, come on. I'm ready to dump. I had nothing but beats with me.
And now there's nothing they can say to me to make me believe that Johnny J committed suicide, because Johnny J was real, and he wouldn't have done that for anything. Rest in peace, Johnny J.
Yo, Pop. What?
Goody Mob here.
Oh,
And before Tupac, had to disappear or, leave this world or whatever that we consider reality, he was working on an album called One Nation. And One Nation was going to be an album with East Coast rappers, West Coast rappers, and these rappers from all over that he felt like, could benefit the nation. And he was all about bringing all rappers together in unity because he didn't want that East Coast, West Coast beef or the beef between black people in the music industry to be existent. He wanted that to be non-existent because his objective was to make sure that everybody had a job doing their music, everybody got to work, black people was getting power, black people was getting money, we was all unified and we was at peace. But he knew that the forces outside of Death Row and that were running other major labels, they want to see that kind of power with black people in the music industry and us controlling our own destiny as well as controlling the message and the narrative of the music, where it was going to go and how it was going to affect our people. They didn't want to see that, so they were going to do everything they can to stop this One Nation album from coming out, and that's why Tupac ended up getting set up. But as you can see from the footage, he had mad love and he was working on something major.
This wicked ass hood fights, but I'm a baller now, nigga. I live good.
He know what he want. He don't waste time. He ain't wasting time.
I live a good life, fuck my foes. God bless the dumb niggas that trust these hoes. Found a way to stack money, guaranteed to rise and live a good life. Cause some niggas don't.
I mean, his whole thing was to record. Whoever had tracks, he didn't play a hate. That's another thing I like a lot about Pac. He didn't play a hate. If you had tracks and he thought they was banging, he didn't care who you was, he would do something.
Imagine, all the power that was in the room when Pac was all these legendary rappers that Pac knew that he was working with, that he was trying to help, that, were trying to help him with his project. This was going to be something big for the 2000s if Tupac lived to see that. And the people that were watching Pac and trying to observe, his movements and what he was doing with this Black Power thing in the music industry, they didn't want to see him bring that kind of power to the industry. He was giving everybody jobs, everybody was eating, everybody was, and in an important position to where they can play the role they wanted to play and be able to support their families. And this Black Power thing was starting to spread within the music industry. It was going to be unity, it was going to be love, and it was going to be some stuff that could link back to the hoods, socially, politically, scientifically. We could educate our people and raise them to a higher level with the music and with the entertainment of that. That was going to be the start, and that's what Tupac knew. And they knew that Tupac was trying to do this, so they was trying to do everything they could to dirty up his name, damage his image, and try to ruin him because they knew Tupac was real. He represented the people for real, and he got on just because of his talent and because of the simple fact Pac had charisma, and he was, a different kind of dude. He wasn't like just anybody else, so there was definitely haters all around.
The speakers of Pac was like, what's that? My man.
But Tupac was working. He was getting it in. I mean, he had everybody hyped up about this One Nation album. Everybody was ready to ride with Pac. They was down for him. And, this whole East Coast, West Coast beef thing that was started was about to be dead anyway because Pac was going to kill that. You know what I mean? And that's why you seen him in the interview with Snoop where he was talking about if the media didn't perpetuate the East Coast, West Coast, vibes, then it wouldn't even be existing. But that's what they did. And Tupac was trying to kill all that. That's why he was getting everybody in the studio with him from the East to the West to wherever you was. If you was real, Tupac was going to get you in the studio and get you working. And he wanted you to be a part of his legendary albums because Pac knew what he was. Pac knew what he was going to mean to black people, one day in the future. And he was working on making sure that everybody was going to be able to get a piece of this pie, one day and be able to enjoy and reap the benefits of the success of this black conglomerate he was trying to put together. And it's just the haters didn't want to see that, so they did everything they could, like I said, to try to destroy Tupac's name, his image, and they used people that were, like agents working for them around Tupac to try to, knock him off his path. They was reporting things back to the agency saying Tupac is doing this, he had the studio here, they going to Vegas, they gonna be in New York. I mean, everywhere they were just watching Tupac trying to, pinpoint his moves so they could set him up for eventually what was going to be his downfall. But Tupac was wise, and the things that he left for this next generation definitely inspired, me and others to continue on with the work. So it's on and popping. They couldn't stop it, and it's still One Nation, and it's still going to pop off, and nothing is going to change no matter what these, people are trying to do to the world, politics or whatever. You couldn't stop what Tupac was sent here to do. You couldn't stop the message from getting out there, and you didn't stop nothing. All you did was verify the truth of everything that he was doing. So They know what it is with Tupac, and Tupac forever lives on no matter what. And to be 25 years old at the time, Tupac certainly had his differences with other artists and industry bosses and street soldiers alike. And these disputes may have led to the so-called shooting of Tupac in Vegas when he allegedly died, right? But this was all because of the haters, all because of jealousy, because Tupac had love for everybody, and it wasn't even about that. And Tupac's unreleased and unfinished album known as One Nation intended to show the rap industry and perhaps the world that rappers from opposite coasts could work together and black people can get along no matter where we from on the planet. You know what I'm saying? And when you look back on One Nation, many of Tupac's associates feel it had potential to be his most critically acclaimed work. You know what I'm saying? And those who were there during this initial recording sessions recall just how potent the message was shaping up to be with the songs. And perhaps the album was set in motion by his mother, you know what I'm saying, Afeni Shakur, and her contributions to the civil rights movement, you know, is what inspired a lot of the knowledge that was coming from Pac. But, you know, Pac was just him. And, you know, his mom had combated the divide and conquer strategies of the COINTELPRO, a program that was used by the FBI to survey and infiltrate and stifle the Black Panther Party, among other leftist groups. And during this rise around the late 60s and the early 70s, she was also pregnant with Pac while behind bars. So Pac was cultivated in the struggle, and, you know, the empowerment of black people, and this is what they knew. And Afeni was saying the East Coast West Coast beef was reminding her of the tactics that the COINTELPRO used. And Idi Amin of Tupac's affiliate group, the Outlaws, remember, even though he was trying to explain to her that that's not what he was doing, you know what I'm saying, he believed that some of that, you know, got through to Tupac, that, you know, it was the COINTELPRO worker trying to separate him, and they was behind all the East Coast, West Coast beef stuff that was going on to try to tarnish his name. But the One Nation inception began with the meeting that hosted Tupac and the members of his Outlaws crew and other trusted friends and advisors at the time. And Pac was public enemy number one to a lot of rap factions in New York and New Jersey. And as most of the East Coast sided with Bad Boy during the label's meteoric rise, you know what I'm saying, they all was down with Bad Boy. You know, his initial aim was to show that he still had love for the East Coast, and his target was the Brooklyn rap collective, you know what I'm saying? And he brought, you know, the boot camp clique to the stage, you know, which comprised the Black Moon, Smith & Wesson, OGC, also known as Original Gun Clappers, and the newly formed duo Helter Skelter. The boot camp had a unique position of not being signed to a major label, so they was in the studio with Pac, straight getting it in.
Still not get enough to spend it. My life is based on sinning. Hell bound, rather be fucking to hell bound. My team plans to be trained. Military mind of a thug lord sitting in the cemetery. I've been lost since my adolescence, holding for Jesus. Rolling as a youngster, wondering if he sees us. Young black male, rock sailor, got many stripes, living in jail. This hell with enemies stop. Wondering we all pass. Is anybody listening? Got my hands on my same shot. Everybody let your beat on. I get away to family. That's my family. God us all before we fall into insanity. I'm in the airport to make my people with all life. Drop some shit. Daddy, who the bitch you don't tight. Go. Niggas wanna get on. I got some niggas in my shit that make they motherfucking drone tight.
The beat for everyone. Anybody clapped up, we give you a song. Like bad boy was born. But just eat fun. Black is man, the move of Friday breeze on. Soldier from Jungle never did bad shit down. Give me whole when I'm on one.
Oh my fucking God! This is going to black it out. Oh my God! You motherfucker.
Yeah. He said put a condom on your tongue, lick me till I come, baby, and I do the same for you. Yes, I will. Shit,
You got that nigga dog.
That nigga cold
singing this shit.
That nigga tight. I gotta go get the CD Pac when I get him. A sliding till you have you banging, nigga. That nigga tight.
Let me lick you all around. What did you do when the pussy leaves you stranded? 9 times out of 10, I escaped like the bandit. I took the sled of that bitch for granted. I couldn't understand it. The ass broke out like mass transit. I was with it cushy, was with the friggy dicky. The dicky, the equivalent to the dicky. My mushy pushy was all up inside you. You need to feel warm, not on your breast. Ain't nothing fucking with the bitch with the rest.
Thug nigga, heel figure made by timing. So when I speak, hope to reach my body, mommy. Oh, come to Bobby. I love it when it's wet and sloppy. In and out the mouthpiece until I come, no one can stop me. My bump and grind to do ya every time. Come get a blast of this thug passion, it'll blow your mind. Hey, throw up your legs, wrap them shits around my back. It's a west side thing, fucking hoes around the map. Walk it down 125 while I'm peeping out hot. And they seduce my Jimmy, I be screaming, give me body, make them all scream my name out.
How you doing, Hammer? What's up, Hammer? What's up, Tupac? What's up? What's up, Hammer? Yeah, all right. What's up, Tupac? What's up? What's up, Hammer? Yeah, all right. Okay, I'm leaving. Come on, son. Look at Bobby, man. Why don't you go over there? Go over there. I won't point this at you unless it's okay, I swear to God. Is it all right? You got your mic on?
I'm gonna blow you up, Bob. Don't think you're getting on.
Come on, I promise I'm very friendly and this is totally...
Check it out. This your boy Pops. Bobby Brown trying to hide, but I'm gonna blow him up. He right there. Look.
Where is he?
That dude right there.
No, don't do that.
You are blowing
him up. Bobby's gonna take the camera off me. Bobby, take it off. Bob.
You know what'd be cool? Just act like you're punching the lens there.
No, that's it.
I'm a poor guy, though. Don't really do it.
Just go back. We're not into violence. We non-violent. Me and Bobby Brown, a lot of people don't know that. We just want to have fun and live and be black and be paid like we really are. We don't want no trouble, no problems, no fights, no arguments. That's why we out here chilling. Y'all asked for an interview, we gave you an interview.
No, I have to
So when
say...
anybody say that we some bad guys, y'all should be the first people to tell them Bobby Brown and Tupac stopped in the middle of their night and gave us an interview.
And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, because I know, I mean, you guys have done so much. So tell me, what do you attribute to this? I mean, just being a good guy is where you got you where you are?
We just know that we can't be nothing without the people. So the people put us where we at, so we give it up to the people. And what happens is, a lot of interviewers and a lot of television stations give it to the people and the artists, and they try to represent for the people, but the artists is representing for the people. We represent for the people, not you. Even though you represent for the media,
But you
represent
yeah.
for the people. You know what I mean?
And you feel like that middleman, like, you know,
That messes it up all the time.
Yeah.
We be trying to talk straight to the people directly, and yet no, the interviewer will have their own hidden agenda, their own hidden motive to expose or to diss or to play or do whatever they want to do to that person, and they start trying to like clown the artist or whoever it is they're trying to interview. And all the while, we just trying to give good music and do our job for the people. That's it, though. We're gonna leave because we gotta go to this other party in the end.
You know what? Thank you so much. Pleasure meeting you. Thank you,
Hey,
Bob.
Bob. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
Sticky green.
.com/Smugglers TV.
And that's your station.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, still hanging out at the after party, and with me from Death Row. Introduce yourself, my man.
I'm Suge Knight and Tupac Shakur.
All right. Now here's the deal. First of all, can you tell us what you actually thought about the actual rap category in terms of? I mean, I saw Coolio win, and I was like, sorry.
It's like this. For us, anything in awards, wouldn't even think about that. He got an album out there. He sold 6 million records. He sold 3 million singles. He got another album coming out, Machiavelli. Snoop got an album coming out. We just move forward. We don't even get caught up in that type of shit.
All right, man. Can we talk about Death Row East? What is exactly happening, and what can we expect from it?
You believe in God?
Certainly.
believe in Death Row East. Believe in that, for real.
What my homeboy
That's it
say,
right
I'ma
there.
ride with you
Believe
then.
in God, believe in Death Row East. We plan to take the same strategy we use with Death Row West, which is mind over matter, taking all our weaknesses and making it into our strengths. We know that we got strength in numbers. We already run the streets out here. So now we just gonna help some of these brothers get their money on because we know they got talent. We got the ways to make them use their talent to the maximum effect. And that's what this is about. Everybody rap. We don't rap. We rap to make money. We do business. Ain't no other record company out there that sold as many records as we did. We outsold Bad Boy, LaFace, every black record label out there, we outsold them in 1 year. And I'm a convict, and my homeboy just got off a murder case. So that tell you that it's pure talent, no hype. We don't got no all-American smiles. They don't even want to buy our record, but they gotta buy our record because we represent the street. So Death Row East is gonna be a personification of what we did on the West Side. We're gonna do it to the East Side, and we're gonna prove once and for all that all these people talking about an East Coast, West Coast war, they like the Judas was to Jesus. They only here to cause confusion. We here to bring money and to bring change. They here to cause confusion. All these weak rappers, Nas, all these suckers, they battling off of East and West like this is a game. This ain't no game. If this was chess, we'd be yelling checkmate 3 years ago because we've been beat these. It's not a game. We out here trying to help our people make money. We trying to get out of this 3-strike circle they got us in and start getting our papers on. So that's what we doing. By strength in numbers, we coming to the East Coast to prove there is no fear, there is no problem, there ain't nothing but opportunity. And the opportunity is overthrow the government y'all got right now, which is Bad Boy and Nas and all that bullshit, and we will bring a new government here that will feed every person in New York.
Cool, man. All right, man. Peace. Thanks a lot. Take care. Peace.